Shaguri, the same criminal Shaguri, our Shaguri brothers, money launderers, gun runners, the friends of Abacha, among those who help siphon your own your own commonwealth. Shaguri, that's the guy that is Tinubu's confidant. Where did they come from again? I'm going to go read that. Lebanon. Ṣé kò ṣe àwọn Hamas nìyẹn? Hamas. Shaguri and Danko, they are the companies that are qualified to build this or build that. What happened to your own League of Nigerian Engineer? League of Nigerian this, League of that, because if they begin to invest in you and begin to ask you to really design your country, something that you can now begin to see your hands and say, this is our country, this is Nigerian made, this is Nigerian built, this is Nigerian design, and the rest of that. You have nothing. There is no originality. If there should be, it will be difficult to launder money, to steal money. You know that? Because they will need to pay you in Naira, not dollars. Anyway, Sha, when they finish with all that bogus, overinflated contract that's used to steal money, then they will go and use the money and begin to build estates in Abuja. And like Ekpe, they will build the estate, build different houses, then they will disappear. Empty houses everywhere, empty mansions everywhere, built with stolen money, blood money, drug money, all illegal money, in the name of trying to clean it. Go to Abuja now. You will see hundreds of thousands of unoccupied buildings, mansions, abandoned. Guess those who abandoned them. Your criminal politicians who probably will never want them to be seen as the owner, since they can't claim the ownership, so they just left them there to rot. Take a look at this one. Inside Abuja, somebody shared this.
Another part of Bua Estate. Allah is over. Another part of Bua Estate. Empty houses. Wow. Allah is over. Empty seat. Empty street. Kai. Subhanallah. Inside the heart of Abuja. Can you imagine? Nobody is living in these houses. You can see the houses. Subhanallah. Allah is okay.
See, I was telling my friends on TikTok that when we were growing up, when you see houses like that, they will tell us that now somebody built them. The person did money ritual. And the moment that person died, spirits have taken over his properties. That's why spirits are living inside those places. You would have seen some of these ghost estates. You probably have some of them in your state. You have seen some of them around. And you have heard stories. Abandoned estates, overgrown with weed. Nobody knows the owner. The only stories the locals are sharing is that maybe the owner was killed somewhere. Oh, the owner did money ritual. And after his money came, he's so rich. And that when he died, the spirit, his family. No, there's nothing like that. Most of those estates are abandoned properties by the criminals who looted your money. In their mind, I'm going to invest in real estate. I'm going to this or that. So at the end of the day, this is what greed did to some of them. If you go to airports in Nigeria, you will see abandoned aircrafts. Yes. Abandoned scraps everywhere. Who are the owners? Nobody is the owner. Because the owners are the politicians who had access to your money, like Werewike and Co. And they could own the world. These guys ridiculously, they steal money so ridiculously that you begin to say, what do you want to take and do? What else? You see, me, Mayegun, I do not need much to actually live my life, okay? Let's now say I need money to have my own house. Finally, I'll buy, maybe I have a house that is worth £1 million. Why would I even need a house of £1 million? But let's even say I have a house of £1 million. Then why would I need £10 billion of public money that I can steal to now do what? To buy more houses or cars or what? To own the world. Private this, private that. And at the end of the day, that is actually not me. The moment the free money stops, how am I going to maintain all those things? Would I have to sell them or abandon them? The criminals who steal your money lost nothing. It's your money, it's our money. And when they steal them and they get caught, they can do whatever they can do, fuck off with it. And if you catch them and say, this whole money is going to go to waste, they have lost nothing. They steal so much money, and you ask, none of this money is actually really, instead of them investing this money in your economy, imagine somebody stealing so much, and they started a company that is as big as MTN in Nigeria. Or somebody stole the money, and they're able to build a power generating company that is generating over 20,000 megawatts of electricity, creating jobs, boosting your economy. But now stealing money, I'm not go today angry. I'll still be angry, by the way. I'm sorry. Like, I don't give a damn, even if you use the money to build hospitals and give everybody free education. Free healthcare. As long as you stole that money and then you use it to build something in your name, you are still a criminal. We could still kill you. But at least let them do something like that. You stole money. The money that is meant to build roads, renovate hospitals, build new ones, give children access to education, better and quality education at the young age, right? You stole the money. And then you take it outside Nigeria. You are not even adding anything to your country. The most you are adding to your country is what? You use the money to buy expensive automobiles from abroad. Expensive house decoration and all of that stuff. And all the stuffs that are really imported. You are not helping Nigeria. You are an enemy. And that is why when you see those who are looting your money, you should never, ever stand in any way defending them. The moment you realize that nobody then costs you, you should never stand in defense of the criminals who don't wish you well. They don't wish Nigeria well, of course. And when they see them, like I said, yeah, they do that. I've got something else I want to show you. Let me see if it's this one. It's a different one. Let's go to the next one. Here. This man, this video is not new. However, I want you to listen to it. This man is talking, is a church guy, okay? He's a pastor. So I want you to listen to the message. And if you don't like the messenger, I understand. I want you to listen to the message. Okay? And I will speak after that.
I pray God will give Ashwaju the courage to do it, because it will affect even himself. It will affect all the APC powers. It will affect all the MDs of banks. The MDs of banks are the destroyer of this system. The powerful, the high and the mighty. He is stepping on their toes. I pray God give him the grace to do it. The next thing he should do, tell him if you know him, is to restructure this country. Nigeria is a fraud. One particular tribe repressing the whole of us. Did you hear what central bank governor wants to do? Just a department, the operation department of central bank, to be moved back to Lagos, where you have 99% of the headquarters of bank. The north is agitated. Don't take Abuja back to Lagos. They don't care. If you all become beggars, it's okay for their oligarchic mentality. I talk like no other pastor talk. I talk like no other pastor talk. Because I have seen into governance, I have seen into the church. And I know where the problem is in this country. Are you hearing me? They may not like what I'm saying, but they cannot dispute the truth. This country cannot go on like this. Okay, I was talking about those who migrated. I don't blame those that want to japa. You know, initially I was saying don't japa. Do you hear me say that again? Japa if you want to japa. Because you look at the country and say, what future? If it goes on like this, what future? If it goes on like this, civil war is imminent. If it goes on like this, military intervention is imminent. Do we want to go back to that? No. Something must happen. I have always believed that something must happen. Do you see the way we pray in this church? Make Nigeria one. We don't pray. Nigeria is not one, and it can never be one. We are different nations tied together by force. We should still be one country, but let everyone govern himself the way he likes. Are you hearing me? Let the Niger Delta have their oil. Let the East have their resources. Let the Yoruba people have their resources. Let the North have their resources. Let them manage their security. Give them state police. Let everybody guard his borders. Let everybody generate his economy. Why must you generate oil in the Niger Delta and take it to the North? Why must you generate IGR here or the VATs and take it to the North that generate nothing? The 10 key northern states have Sharia. Sharia says no to alcohol. Sharia says no to tobacco. But alcohol and tobacco is what give us VAT here. And you take the money from there to spend where you say you don't want, but you like the money. Fraud, unfairness, injustice. Where did we sit down to make Nigeria 36 states? Where did we sit down? Nigeria was negotiated 3 regions. North, West, East. 1963, by plebiscite, Midwest came in. Where did we sit down and say we shall be 36 states plus Abuja, and the biggest one taken to the North? More local governments. Then we came with federal character. You are qualified, but from the tribe you came from, you can't be qualified. Now, you can't pass any law in that National Assembly without Northern approval. They are in larger quantity. Deliberately made so. So how do we go from there? I pray God will give us.
We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere, Pastor. We're not. You see why I had to show you that? Do you understand why I had to show you that video? You know, okay, I'll tell you. I had to show you that video because that is exactly what we want people who claim to be men of God to be honest and say to their congregation. Say it to them. Do not ask them to pray for one Nigeria, ever. Never ask them. You are a deceiver. You are a liar. You are part of the problem. You are an enabler. If you are a pastor or whatever you call yourself that continue to ask people to pray for one Nigeria, you are a fraud. If you go to your church and your pastor look at you in the eye, in the face and say, brethren, we need to pray for Nigeria. If you get stoned, stone that motherfucker in that face, in that your church. Nothing is going to happen. In fact, God is going to be happy with you. I promise you, try it. Remove your shoes and throw it at his face. He is an enabler. He is part and parcel of the system put in place to brainwash you, condition you. So if a man faces his own congregation and tell them the truth, guys, I don't want to deceive you. I've done my bit. I've done my part. I have taught you how to pray. I have taught you how to be righteous. But here is the truth. Nigeria is the weapon fashioned against you. And I'm not going to be here to lie to you. Nigeria is not one. This is why, this is why, this is why. Teach your own congregation the truth. So that you don't become a fake pastor in front of them. A pure blasphemer. So when somebody turn you and say, we need to pray for that, remove your shoes and throw it at his face. Record it and send me the video. I will get you a lawyer if you will need a lawyer. I'm serious. Yeah. If you need a lawyer for throwing your shoes at the face of that motherfucker that says, pray for Nigeria, throw it and call me. We will get you a lawyer. Okay? Because people like that, who can tell their audience and say, listen, guys, this is the situation. Oh. You must make your church members politically conscious because politics started from the church. Yes, it started from the church. There is no politics in this world that is as strong as the politics of the church. You need to look into it. So you cannot be the one who practice real politics in your own, in your belief, and yet then you are hiding away from the truth. You're hiding your audience, your congregation, your followers from knowing the truth, and you are telling them to pray for something that is not real. That's why I have to show you that video. I love that. Say it to them. Tell them the truth. You know, go die. But if you do chop from them, it will be difficult, I know. It will be difficult. That man told these people and he said, listen, before Nigeria got regional system of government and the rest of that, right? And independence, right? It was all through negotiation, of course. When they wanted to create the Mid-West, after the northern region, western region, eastern region, and the people of the Midwest, they said, they don't want to be north, they don't want to be east, and they are not west. Give us Midwest region. A plebiscite was conducted within those space. Plebiscite is when people decide if they want to be independent on their own. It was conducted. And the Midwest region was created, making it 4 regions from the 3 regions that got independence from Nigeria. Remember, Midwestern region, 4 regions that got independence there. But there was never a time that we sat together and said we decided to have 36 states of Nigeria. Do you know? Do you have any record where a plebiscite was conducted, a referendum was conducted that, they should change it from regional, whatever, to 36 states and capitals? We never sat. Just same way we never sat to discuss. Sorry, 1 second. My eyes just caught one weary on TikTok. Okay, so when you see the typical Nigerians, brainwashed, dead brain Nigerians, they will tell you, when you tell them, break it up and save lives now. Break it up and save lives now. We have nothing in common. If I see any Abdullahi Abdul Karim coming on my program to tell me that I don't know what I am talking about Nigeria, or get rid of you, I don't know you. You don't understand that I'm not supposed to hate, or I'm not hating you. What happened is that I have come to realize that from that same northern Nigeria, there are those of you who were raised to believe that people like me, who is a southerner, a non-Muslim, is an infidel. But if you want to use your takia, you olori brukumashan fanis. When you want to use your takia, you will say, I am one Nigeria. We are one country. Stop dividing us. Abulori Brukunia, who united us? Now, who united Yoruba and Hausa and Fulani? Who united Igbo, Yoruba, and Fulani and Hausa together that said we are one? One. Me and you, one. When it is one Nigeria. But when it comes to you doing bismillah, cutting my throat, beheading me in the name of your Allah, you won't remember that I am also one Nigeria. Listen to me, I just know that if nobody say they enforce us together, waiting won't concern me with Sikiru Abdullahi or whatever from Niger. It be like somebody from Chad right now. They tell me, they try to kind of, slug with me. I'll be like, Abulori Brukuni. I know anybody from Chad, They tell you, say my descendants came from Sahel, And what I'm saying is that for us to not always have this disagreement, can you please remember that we are not one? We will never be one. We know that. I'm an infidel to the terrorists from the Sahel that I'm sharing country with. So the terrorists from the Sahel see me as an infidel. But when it is convenient, I am a Nigerian. We are one Nigeria. But when it is their turn to kind of behead me, then I'm an infidel. We are not one. Let's be honest with ourselves. There's no point in becoming a unity beggar. Don't beg me to be united with you. I don't want to be with you. If I have my choice, if I have my option right now, I will sever any relationship with the northern part of Nigeria. Totally. We don't have anything in common. I do not hate you if you are a northerner. Don't get me wrong. You deserve to enjoy your identity. I've got my own identity. Nigeria is not my identity. And millions like me who doesn't believe in Nigeria anymore. Okay? And the reason why we do is because we know that what we are dealing with right now is called a clash of civilization. You are happy to kill somebody for your God. Where I come from, we don't kill people because of religion. Ever. If you like, you can tear the Quran. You can burn it. That's your problem. A Yoruba man will not get so mad and kill you because of religion. Ever. Do you see the difference? But to you, the person will burn the Quran and he provoke you, so you go kill. We don't have anything in common. How is that difficult? And it's obvious as well that the only thing that unites us is this contraption and the poverty associated with it. If we all have a chance to sit down and actually talk, I do not want to see you in my country as the same citizen, never. Because people who believe that somebody who believes that they can kill somebody for their God, I do not want to exist in the same space with them. And to those of you that call yourself moderate this, moderate that, to hell with you and your moderacy. When I see terror and the terrorist enabler, what I do is that I want to run away from them as far as possible, but I will not leave my land for them. Do you see the difference? So don't get it twisted. There is no one Nigeria. Stop lying to people. Stop deceiving the people. There is no one Nigeria. There will never be one Nigeria. There will never be one. Because we do not have anything in common. But whether you believe me or you don't believe me, we both know the time will tell. Because those who keep this Nigeria together for themselves, they are expiring. And more people are beginning to be aware of this unfortunate contraption that we have all been trapped in. A lot of people have been aware. So that's why I love that what that man was saying. Let everybody control their own part. Stay day your day. They swear for you. You go. I mean, they go tell you, say, they call a place Yoruba region. You can't they say, you say one Nigeria, they bring car. People like us will raise money, will raise army, indeed, to exterminate all those Fulani terrorists and their enablers in Yoruba land in due time. Do you understand? Do not in your life think anybody on this platform is for your one Nigeria, the fraud, the lie. Let everybody continue to live on that borrowed time for now. And then when the shove come to push, I've been a push come to shove, right? Like this, we will move.
Gàrí là ń mu sá èmi àtàwọn àbí mi àlè jẹ ráìsì mọ́ ẹ̀wà náà ti wọ́n gàrí ọ̀gá ti di 1-2 ó ti sú mi orílẹ̀-èdè ti sú mi báyìí kọ́ ni wọ́n bá tẹ́lẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ní ọ̀la yìí ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ ni wọ́n ká o ẹ̀kọ́ Awólọ́wọ̀ wọn ká àlè rán mọ́ sùkúù mọ́ ayé yín ò dáa ó ti sú wa o wọ́n bá wá nǹkan sí i àti pòrìtì ẹ rí i pé orí mi gan ti pa ó ti sú wa o. Ó ti sú wa o orílẹ̀-èdè wọn bá wá nǹkan ṣe sí o ráìsì ti di gàrí ti 1-2 mo tún gbọ́ pé ráìsì ti di 80,000 àpò wọ́n bá wá nǹkan ṣe sí táwọn bá tún abẹ́ rẹ̀ pọ̀ báyìí epo 680 700 là ń rà kí ló dé kí la ṣe àwa akórópè gbogbo ẹ̀pọ̀n ní òmò gbóná lálẹ́ tá a mọ̀ fomi wẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹ̀ pẹ́pẹ́ kan òmò lànà àní rí kankan epo náà ní ń gbà lọ owó skul fíìsì àmọ́ mi ò rí san báyìí ayé mi.
In the time of poverty like this, the economic principle of Yusuf is what everybody should apply in his own lives. Eat little, save more. you don't know what is happening. Kése là ń rí lọ́wọ́, àmọ́ kàsàkàsà tí ń bọ̀ o. A dollar was just 800 naira or thereabout a couple of months ago. Now a dollar is over 1,000 naira. How much will it go? Nobody knows. Torí tó ń ṣe falafolo. Ọgbà salary week láwà. Ìgbéraga week. Ọgbéra rẹ̀ sánlẹ̀ láìpẹ́. Eat little and save more. Ayé tá ń jẹ chicken kọ́ la wà yìí mọ́. Ayé shawarma kọ́ mọ́. Ayé ice cream kọ́. Mú gààrí. Jẹ́ pọ̀nmọ́. Gbàgbé táwọn doctor sọ pé kò ní nutritional value. Kí ló fẹ́ nutritional value pẹ̀lú kíní? Jẹ́ pọ̀nmọ́. Mú gààrí. Orí ẹja. Wàlá.
Ìgboro rẹ́rìn. So our people will get to that stage that, you see the way I'm feeling now, okay, about Nigeria, that if we have a chance now, can we just discuss this and get the hell out of this contraption? You can sit down there and tell me I'm a dreamer. But do you know that dreamers are rulers? Dreamers are rulers. I have a dream. I have a dream that the Nigeria you see today, you shall see no more. We shall see no more. I have a dream. I have a dream where the true sons and daughters of Yoruba land are holding on to their own ancestral land with so much faith and courage, defending our, and then unearthing the prosperity, the prosperity under the ground, under the land that is that of their own ancestors, our ancestors. I have a dream. I have that dream that the criminals, the weaklings in Yoruba land today who are enabling the incursion, the invasion, the desecration, the destruction, the destabilization, the backwardness of this Yoruba land, in the last 63 years of being part of this contraption, I have a dream. They will be gone. Not just them, including their descendants. They will be gone. Those you see today, the weaklings, those who sold the Yoruba people, sold the Yoruba land, gave us this bad deal in this contraption. You shall see them no more. They seem powerful today. They seem so powerful and untouchable. I promise you, the table will turn. I have a dream. They will be history. Those of them you know today, they will be gone. And they will be gone forever in our own history, like they never existed. I have a dream. I have a dream that you and I, are going to walk gloriously on the land bequeathed to us by our own ancestors. That indeed, Nigeria is doing everything to take away from us as well, right? I have a dream. I have a dream that the identity, the language, oh dear, the history that makes us Yorubas. I have a dream. I have a dream. Ma put it that way. I do have a dream that those you see today telling you that it will be in your dream that Yoruba nation will come, or those who told you or are telling you over their dead bodies, would the Yoruba nation come? I have a dream. They will be dead when the glory of the Yoruba land and the Yoruba nation will shine. I have a dream. So if you think I'm just a dreamer, go and read about dreamers. Dreamers are rulers. I am a dreamer, and I am not alone. Do you understand? I am not alone. I am just this one voice with millions of same voice behind, like combined. You do not want to find out, but I'll beg you to try. There are young people whose future, whose destiny are being mortgaged. They must know. If you are going to be in a future that you are going to feature in, then you must be part and parcel of those who are drafting that future. If you are not involved in the future that you want to feature in, it is a fraud. As young people, you must know. You have to know. Because the world and the supposed those who are in the know continue to keep things away from you and waiting for you to find out yourselves. But most of the time you find out too late. mostly too late. But with Mayegun, you will know, and you will never feign ignorance. You won't pretend that you didn't know. You won't act like you didn't know. You will not live in denial with Mayegun. So yes, I am a dreamer. Call me Joseph the dreamer, Joseph Alala. I have a dream. The Nigeria you see today, you shall see no more soon. One single tribe, they say, look at my people and what their life is almost every day in Yoruba land.
Now, nígbà tá ní aago kan àbọ̀ la bá wọn màálù inú oko àti inú abà àti inú oko lẹ́sẹ̀ títì láti lé wọn wá bí báyìí nísìn. Kí la gbó sọ báyìí nísìn ẹ bá ń wago. This around after 2:21. Òru ni lánàá wọ́n wá sóko gbogbo kó wọ́n bàjẹ́ tán. Wọ́n tún jí wá lónìí. Àwa ń ṣọ́ wọn. À ń ṣọ́ wọn. Nígbà tá a gbọ́ mú màálù bó ṣe kófìrí wa ló sá.
Bilingual. Yeah.
Now, we met our car. The cows came to our farm by 1:30 a.m. in the midnight, and we pursued them from our farm till we get to their residence. These are the cows. And these are the owner of the cows. We've alerted them, and they are all here. Àwọn tó ní màálù gangan nìyí o. So we are not going to take it easy with them. If you guys not take it, we cause a big problem for them. Kílódé, we be borrowing money, millions of naira. One more, they be devouring it in the night. In the afternoon, we don't have any rest.
So our people can't sleep in the afternoon, they can sleep at night. It's all complaints and complaints. They do their best to try and ward off these rogues and these terrorists, but they can only do barely minimum. Okay? Because Nigerian government continue to disarm them. And you look on, Yoruba look on. You will think Yoruba will have a special sort of a treatment, like sending some military into our forest, okay, to help us chase all those terrorists away, so that we can begin to tell people and say, Buhari did that one for you. See what Tinubu is doing now. He just brought in soldiers. They don't chase away all the terrorists. We can see all of them. They have arrested some, killed some. Yoruba land is safe now. Just so you know that every time I tell you that these rogues, these criminals, they do not have any tribal loyalty, ethnic loyalty, or religious commitment. They do not have religion. They do not have tribe. They do not have ethnic. But they will continue to make you think, because they come from your tribe or your ethnic, or they share the same religion with you. Maybe they love you, or they will care for you, or they won't be bad to you. How naive can one be? But do you remember I'll continue to tell you, right, that your criminal leaders have no religion? You might see them as Alaji Alaja, Deacon Dickness, Pastor Pastress. They do not believe in any religion. They do not have any ethnic loyalty. You see them as Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas, Fulanis, and the rest of that. But they don't have any loyalty to any of those ethnic nationalities. They are just their meal tickets. When you see a Yoruba politician, you think he's there for Yoruba. How naive can you be? How ignorant can you be? He's not there. Being a Yoruba man, sharing this whole thing together, being a Yoruba man or a Yoruba woman is just their meal ticket. They do not have any loyalty, patriotism to anybody. Not to Yoruba, not to Hausa, not to Igbo, not to anybody. Because if these guys have loyalty, for 24 years, now Yorubas, they rule Yoruba land. All the governors in Yoruba land in the last 24 years, they have all been Yorubas. Deputy governors, Yorubas. State House of Assembly members, Yorubas. House of Assembly, National Assembly members from Yoruba land, they have been Yorubas. And yet, we are not better off than anyone. Those who have been ruling and controlling the northern part of Nigeria, they have been people from that part too. Yes, they have been. But when you see the poverty everywhere, when you see the insecurity everywhere, you ask, hey, where are your leaders? What are they doing? When you go into the police, you will see Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo there. When you go into the military, you will see Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, and all of them, everybody there. When you look at everywhere where this insecurity are, you start asking yourself, if you are a soldier and you read it in the news that they have killed everybody in your village, Fulani terrorists, why they were killing everybody in your village? You are somewhere protecting the criminal politicians and your village is gone. How do you normally feel? How do you think the politicians themselves feel when they have underdevelopment in their areas and their people are living in abject poverty? What do you think they feel like? I mean, I won't be happy if I see my people suffering. Now, if I have an opportunity to impact on their lives, right, I will use that with all the blood in me. That is me. I'm not a Nigerian politician. So if I become a Nigerian politician, they will teach me to ignore all of that. Forget all about that. People will be fine. Leave them alone. Don't waste your time. Is that not what they will tell me? Because where they are taking decisions on whether you should have electricity or you should have good road or security, you should have jobs or better economy. When you see where they are having all this conversation, you will see everyone from every part of Nigeria there making that decision. They do not have any loyalty to you. That somebody is a Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa or Fulani inside that contraption government, they do not speak for you. They are only using you or using your tribe or ethnic or religion as a meal ticket. So that when they say, oh yeah, how many Christians are here? How many Muslims in this committee? They say, we have 14 Christians and we have 8 Muslims. No, we need more Muslims to balance up. We cannot have more Christians. So now go and bring more Muslims. They will now say, okay, are you a Muslim? I'm a Muslim. I like you that you join them. I like you that you join them. Yeah, join them. They say, yeah, you to join them because you are a Muslim. We want to balance it up. So what they will do will have nothing to do with their religion or their faith or anything. That's how Nigeria runs. That's how Nigeria operates. So if you sit down somewhere and say, I am fighting for Yoruba, that is why Tinubu, I cannot stand and let anybody talk about Tinubu anyhow. I know a lot of people, because of Tinubu, they are hating Yoruba now. Or Daniel, Baba or Degidinie, or De, to for ifun, to what to mu. Tinubu doesn't give a damn about Yoruba. He's only using that as his meal ticket. Yorubas can starve and die and get kidnapped or killed in the farm. That's your business. There's no special treatment. There's nothing. They'll tell you to pray. I'll tell you never to say it that way. Don't say that because everybody, knows that, we Yoruba now, our own day pass. It's a Yoruba man. Even if Nigeria is burning, even if Nigeria is dying or destroying, it's a Yoruba man. We are supposed to stand behind him, even when you are dying. When you can't stand, you still have to stand behind them. That's stupidity or to like raise to power 2. Foolishness. Square root foolishness. Because bad government, corrupt government is like a stray bullet. They discriminate. Very democratic. Bad governance is like a stray bullet. Stray. You've heard about stray dog, Gabi? Stray dog. Dogs will just run out or run away and the owner can't find them. Right? Stray dogs. Stray bullet be like bullet where they shoot. And it just keep going like that, like that, like that, like that, and where you are just there thinking about what are the children going to eat tonight. in front of your house. Thinking. Gone. That is what bad governance is. It will hit you in the health sector. It will hit your own finance, income. It will hit your business. Stray bullets, bad governance. It will hit you through the justice or injustice system. And just like that, you are a victim or awaiting victim. That's what the bad governance is all about. It doesn't peak. Like it's coming now. Stray bullets. It's coming. Pure. Oh, APC. It's APC. No. Bad governance it's like a stray bullet. It won't avoid you. It will hit you, enter you. If you are empty like APC, it will enter you. Come outside there. Go hit another person again. One bullet. One blow, 7 die. So bad governance breeds corruption. Corruption breeds poverty. Poverty breeds crime. Crime breeds death. Death breeds end. And that's exactly the trajectory of Nigeria as we speak. I'll quickly say this before we before we get to the part of taking calls tonight. And it has to do with the obedience. Have you been following what is going on in Edo State? I have something to say to you. But before I get to that, I'll show you something. And this was something that just got released now, okay? So it's another leaked memo. Another leaked memo of Omo Beta Edu, the humanitarian and then poverty disaster minister that was suspended for mismanaging over 7 billion naira. 7 billion naira. From all of this money, the last one that she wrote a memo to the Accountant General of the Federation that the Accountant General should please help her pay a vendor who is doing a consultancy job for Beta Edu. $586 million, naira, was what Beta Edu asked the Accountant General to pay a lady and into our private bank account. And this money was to be used in verifying the poverty register. Now, poverty register in Nigeria is the register where the poorest and the poorest Nigerians were listed or documented. So whenever they want to give them money, the audio money, they always revert to that register. Now, you see that register, which happened to be non-existent, it doesn't exist. How did I know that? It was Tinubu's government that said all of the money being shared by Shadia under Bukwari, they were audio money. That Shadia gave them a register called the Poor Register, Poor People's Register. It don't even make sense, right? How could you share 500 billion naira by hand? Which level of comatose madness be this? You shared 500 billion naira to 11 million households, 70 million Nigerians, they said. By hand, okay, they will need to put up a new register. That was where Omo Beta Edu started issuing money. 3.7 billion naira was given out to consultants to go and verify the poor people's register in Akwa Ibom, poor people's register in Anambra, poor people's register in Akwa Ibom, Calabar, Oyo, Anambra, Akwa Ibom, Oyo. I cannot put Calabar, you know. Cross River, Calabar. So Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Ekiti, Anambra, Abia, and River State. They said those places, they consulted some private APC people, Beta Edu, and gave them over 3.7 billion naira for consultancy. The poor people no fit afford Gario, but people who won't come check if they are poor or they are not poor, they have already been paid over 3.7 billion. One of them is that of Interior Minister Olubunmi Ojo, whose wife collected in total 560 million naira from Beta Edu for consultancy. Consultancy to consult if the poor people in Ekiti are poor. So that caused Beta Edu suspension. So they suspended her. Now, suspending Beta Edu, they said they were investigating. Baba, investigation,